Well, happy Saturday to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins comes to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are ready for this great day. Let me recap. Today is day number 6, nugget number 6 in the Man Up series of Voice of One. Primarily because there has been an onslaught of friends and acquaintances whose marriage appears to be in dire straits. Lots of people going through the same thing at the same time. So my desire was to provide one nugget per day, every day, for the next 7 days. Tomorrow wraps up the series. That has to do with what most men need. What most men need is, what do I do exactly? When exactly do I do it? What do I do exactly, and when exactly do I do it? That's the biggest issue. Most men want something to do, so I've attempted to impart a video a day, every day. Today's nugget is Jax, Gemma, and Clay, or Rocky, Adrian, and Apollo. Jax, Gemma, and Clay, or Rocky, Adrian, and Apollo. For those of you who watched a series called Sons of Anarchy, you know a little bit about that dynamic duo. For those of you who observed the Rocky shows, you know a little bit about that dynamic trio, I should say. Here's the bottom line. It comes out of my favorite book, and it succinctly states what needs to be heard that many people overlook by default because they have not yet seen the dire consequences connected to operating unaware that they have control to change the circumstance. And here's what that statement says. It says, do not be deceived. Begins with that. Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character. Who are your friends? Who are your acquaintances? Who are the voices that you are giving free access into your mind and your heart? Sorry about that. As you are going through what you are going through. Who have you given permission, consciously or by default, permission to speak into your life? And when the crap hits the fan and your back is up against the wall, what is coming out of their mouths when they are connected to you in the midst of your crisis? I will tell you, don't be deceived. Bad company does corrupt good character. The problem is, in most American marriages, with our microwave popcorn, I want to feel good, I'm entitled to what I want, when I want, how I want it, and I don't want to have to work for it or put any time into it. I don't want to have to be really terrible at something for a long time before I get good at it, because I want my results right, meow. I want my results right, meow. Welcome to America, a lot of the younger generation. The challenge is this: what are your acquaintances and friends saying when the crap hits the fan in your life? Let me give you an example of the Jax, Gemma, and Clay type group. Your husband's doing what? Well, that jackass, well, you should just leave him. I'm telling you, I mean, girl, you are good looking. You can do whatever you want. You can get any guy you want. You don't need to put up with that crap. Don't mind that you have 3 kids, right? You don't need to put up with that. Just don't do that, girl. Let's go out and get some wine, and then let's just talk about how terrible our husbands are. Guy, your wife is doing what, man? Well, you know, freaking women, who can figure them out, man? You don't know. You just do what you do, man. Here's a great principle to consider whenever advice is on the table. The advice that someone is giving you, maybe you should do as I do and ask yourself this simple question. Would I trade places with that person in the area they are advising me? If Warren Buffett wanted to give me financial advice, I'd listen. If Bill Gates wanted to give me computer advice, I'd listen. If Billy Graham wanted to give me spiritual advice, I'd listen. Would you switch places with the person advising you? You see, and the challenge is, doesn't mean you have wicked evil friends like wicked evil Gemma, Clay, and Jack. Doesn't mean you have evil friends. Just means that they may not know either, and that's why they're in the same situation. What could it sound like if you were surrounded by a Rocky, Adrian, and Apollo type circle? What might that sound like? You and your husband are doing what, sweetie? My goodness. I remember when we experienced something like that. Girl, you've got to hang in there. You've got 3 kids. I mean, fight for your marriage. We will pray for you. We will talk with you. We will share. Let's figure out something. Let's talk to somebody who's been through this, and let's see what we can put together as a team here to help you out, girl. We are not going to let you and your family go down. No, we're not. What might that sound like to a guy? Dude, I think I'm done, man. I'm just done. You know, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of everything she's doing and how she's acting. She never lays off, man. She's always on me. Nothing's ever good enough. I'm just done, man. Freaking man up, you giant wuss. You're not done. You're a man. You're just going through a tough season right now. And let me remind you something, brother. It's all your fault. Even if it ain't, it's all your fault. Even if you don't feel like it, it's all your fault. Even if you don't want to agree with it, it's all your fault. Well, what do you mean by that, Steve? Well, here's what I mean by that. As long as you place the power of another person, situation, or circumstance over your circumstance, you are in a victim role, and you cannot step in and begin to become the change you intend to see in your marriage, bro. You've got to accept responsibility that this is your life, this is your wife, these are your kids and your marriage. And you need to suck it up, Buttercup, and just get with the program and figure it out. I'll figure it out with you. I'll pray with you. We'll figure it out. You can't give up, man. You're not a wuss. You are not going to give up. You're a man. You made a promise. You made a covenant. And this will pass, bro. We'll get through this. Don't talk to me about, I'm going to give up because it's so hard. What the heck are you, man? What is this? Pee-wee level marriage? No. This is NFL level marriage, man. You're in the pros now. It's real. Okay, there's sweet souls who bear your last name that are about 2 foot tall that are counting on you not to be a giant wuss, counting on you to get it right. That might be what it sounds like, ladies and gentlemen. Jax, Gemma, and Clay, Rocky, Adrian, and Apollo. Show me your circle, I'll show you your future. Here's the hard decision you are going to have to make if you're prepared for a change. You will have to walk away from some relationships for a season and be intentional about who you choose to invest your time with and around. Who you choose to invest your time with and who you choose to be around will have a greater impact on your marriage relationship than just about anything else. By the way, who could that be? Could that be a counselor or someone I would call a coach? A coach with a, PhD in marriage and family counseling? It absolutely could. Why wouldn't you go, well, I don't want anybody to think, I'm weak and I can't figure it out. Well, get ready to heat up that TV dinner in your 500 square foot, 1-story, 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment while Honey Pie is down the road with your kids in the backyard with Paco the pool boy enjoying the summer evening barbecue. But you won't look like you needed any help. Jackass, man, come on, boy. You got to man up. You got to man up. Accept responsibility. Do you really care what people think about how you look when your life is falling apart? Do you forget that they can see that too? Don't be as scared, man. Don't be a wuss. Man up. Accept responsibility for the persons who good Lord in heaven has entrusted to your care and leadership. Get better in your leadership. Learn, grow, intentionally surround yourself by people who are winning in the area you intend to win. Surround yourself with those positive voices of encouragement, inspiration, and hope, not those of desperation, depression, and stress. Who you allow to speak into your life will have a significant influence on your ability to go through those dark seasons in your marriage. And you will have dark seasons. You're either coming out of one, you're in one, or you finna, yeah, I said it, to head into one. You are gonna head into one, you're in one, or you're getting out of one. You must be prepared. You've got to be willing to shift your circle of influence if you stand a fighting chance. Any of y'all see Tombstone? Any of y'all see Tombstone? The good guys and the bad guys. The Earp brothers, Wyatt Earp, Doc. These are the good guys. And you had the bad guys. Let me tell you something. The bad guys had bad things happening to them, man. The good guys, even the good guys, had some bad stuff happen to them, and yet they did the right thing. They had integrity, they had honor, they had character, and they fought for what they believed was right, and they fought for others who could not fight for themselves. Men, it's all your fault. Once you accept responsibility that it's all your fault, then you can get to work, no longer listening to excuses or waiting for her to change or circumstances to change before you change. Jim Rohn said it best: for things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better. Your marriage will improve at the level and the quality of the work that you put into it. And let me say it again, you must be willing to be terrible at it before you get good at it. Who do you surround yourself with? What are the voices in your wife's ear? What are the voices in your ear? What are the influences that you're allowing to affect how you perceive your situation? Are you surrounded by Gemma Jackson Clay, or are you surrounded by Rocky, Adrian, and Apollo? Ladies and gentlemen, you get to decide. Choose wisely. Have a great day, guys.